I don't have to be there. I could be asleep here in America, and my business in Australia is making me money. Very, very smart way to work. And what I love about this business, I was always attracted to residual income. And a lot of the people you have met here tonight, maybe they only want to earn $20,000 a month. And that's a very nice lifestyle. And other people want a lifestyle of $1 million a year. And it doesn't matter, because the beautiful thing that Mark had shared with you earlier is you earn this money forever. I could retire right now and not do one more day of work and earn millions of dollars every single year. And I don't know where you can go today where a company will take you from wherever you are and share with you exactly how to do that. And at tomorrow's training, if you really listen to what I say and you really, really do it, you're going to be well on your way. You yourself, you've learned today that you can come back tomorrow and get trained by the leaders in the company, by Mark Hughes. You can learn how to make probably $100,000 your first year in this business. If you really want to make it profitable, bring as many people as you can, because this doesn't happen but once in a lifetime. I don't believe it does. And I promise you what I'm saying is absolutely true. Duplicate yourself through other people and you'll get rich. Thank you.
If you're down here for the first time tonight, we hope you've had a great time. Thank you very much. May God bless everybody. All right, Herbalife. The biggest reason why I like retail is this. Everybody in the room is going to have an incredible story, okay? An incredible story. But sometimes you get a person that has even a more amazing story than you do yourself. But what happened to my grandmother was simply amazing. And the things that happened to her health were absolutely amazing, okay? And when those things started to clear up for her, I said, oh my goodness, this Herbalife product is amazing, okay? And when you have someone that's the first customer that you have, that you get that loses 25 kilos and all kinds of different problems go away, and they are healthier than they've ever been in their entire life, and they come to you and say, thank you so much for giving me this Herbalife product. That's the day that you're going to know that this business is a lot more than just making money. It's truly a thing where you are helping people out. And that's the day when you are going to say, I'm proud to wear my button. I'm proud to go out and talk about the products. I'm proud about being an Herbalife distributor. Now, let me give you a concept, okay, about going out here and selling the products, all right? And there's habits that you need to do to get yourself going, okay? And the first problem when you get started is just getting started, okay? And that's the most difficult part. When you go out that very first day and you've got your button on and you're trying it for that very first day, okay? Does everybody remember that? Okay, that first day, okay, and you were kind of excited, but you were scared to death. It was almost a little excitement mixed with enthusiasm and nausea. You know what I'm saying? You felt good about what you were doing, but you wanted to throw up at the same time, okay? You weren't quite certain, you know what I'm saying? And you've got that button on, and you're out there, and someone first gives you that first, how do you lose weight? And you're like, sweat starts going on the t-shirt, right? And it just seems like comes out of your mouth, right? Okay? See, you have to make that first step, okay? And the second time you do it, it's a little easier, okay? And the next time you do it, it's a little easier, okay? But I'm telling you, it takes you 40, 50, 60 times of going out here and getting people to make fun of your button and getting some yeses and getting some confidence and stuff like that, okay, to get over it, okay, to get over it. And you all got to get over it, okay, and your people all got to get over it, okay. I'm telling you, it's going to take you about 50 sales of going out there and getting no's and people that laugh and people that say, but then you get, and they give you the money and you get a little confidence and you get another customer and you get some more confidence, and that happens about 50 times, and pretty soon now you're very strong about what you're doing and you're confident about going out, okay? That's a very important process that you go through, okay? But after you go through it, then you're confident and you go out and do it a lot and you're not so nervous. So here's the thing, because you're all going to go through this, right? Okay? So you got a choice. If it's going to take you about these 50 customers of getting over pitching lots of people about the products, you can do this 50 people that you need to get and have it take a year and go through a pain of doing it in a year, or you can do it in the next 30 days. See, and then you'd have your confidence level up so that you can make money faster, okay? And the point I'm trying to make is sometimes people come to these meetings and we give you all the information and we give you all what to do, and then you go home and you think about do, and you think about do, and you think about this and you think about that, but you don't do. Learning this information is great, but it's useless unless you start putting it into action. Okay, and the more action you get, the more confident you get. The more people you get, the more excited you are. The more people that say yes, the more money you make. The more money you make, the more excited you get. You see? And you've got to go through that process to make a little bit of strength for yourself so that you can get excited finally about yourself, and you go. Okay? And it just makes sense to get it out of the way quick. Because everything that you do is quick is better and easier, and I'll explain that here in a few minutes. So if you want to get it out of the way quick, here's the way to do it. Talk to 10 people a day about the product. Not a big chore. 10 people a day that you sit down or on the street or however you do it at a party plan or whatever way you want to do it, but you talk to 10 whole people a day about the product. You give them the whole thing, which doesn't take very long. You guys saw me do the product presentation yesterday. Shakes twice a day, tablets 3 times a day, lose weight like crazy, story, 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 give me the money. It's not exactly a huge, difficult deal, okay? Now, let's say that we're going to have you take time off, okay, because we don't want you working too hard, okay? And you're going to take the weekends off, and you do this for 22 days a month. That's 220 people that you talk to during the month. Now, let me just ask you this. How many of you, if you make 5 presentations about the product, okay? You sit down with someone or it's a group, however you do it, you make 5 presentations, how many of you get at least 1 customer out of 5 people? Okay, a little while for the translation. Okay, look around. Everybody. Okay, everybody. All right? So this is good. So if you talk to 10 people a day, and you do this for 22 days, that means you're going to have 50 customers on the product. Because all it's taking you is 1 out of 5 that you've got on the product. And many of you, how many of you get, if you sit them down and tell them the whole story about the product, how many of you get half the people to buy? Okay, a lot more. Okay, but I'm just giving you the bad result here. But we're talking 50 customers. Average sale is $100, even more in some of your areas. That means you're going to be making $2,500 a month or $30,000 a year by selling the product. That's exciting because that's something that anybody can do by just getting their distributor kit. I want you to think about this. How many businesses can you start, okay? I mean, if you were to just go out and start a little beauty salon, okay? Some little dinky beauty salon. How much would it cost? 20,000, 25 grand, could be 100 grand depending on the area and stuff like that. Okay, just a beauty salon we're talking about. Now they got to do all kinds of things. They got to have their sign up on the building. They've got to have some accountants to figure out what's going on. They probably hired a lawyer to get their contracts for their setup on their retail store. They got to keep inventory. They got to manage their employees. They got to write checks. They got to do all this stuff. And in most cases, write this down, 98% of most businesses go out of business within the first 1 or 2 years. So now we've got this woman that opened up this great little beauty salon, has invested all this money, okay, and the chances of going broke is very high, and she's got to do all these things, and all we're saying is you get a distributor kit, okay, for $100 lousy, which has got $100 of the stuff that you can use, and we're only going to tell you to talk to 10 people a day, and you make $30,000 a year. What a business! That's unbelievable. See, I'm telling you this because I want you to realize how lucky we are, okay? This is unbelievable. This doesn't happen in normal businesses. That's what's so amazing about the Herbalife business. If anybody tells you no, okay, when you're out here, especially when you're new, a lot of times you take that personally, like you bad person kind of thing. Just because they say no doesn't mean no, okay? They want to do it, okay? They want to do it. They just don't have the ambition and the desire to try it one more time, okay? And that's what the deal is and stuff like that, you know? So they want to do it, okay? And that's why sometimes your inspiration of someone like yourself doing it, like Jim said in the beginning here, as opposed to putting this onto a store shelf, is very, very important, okay? Because on the store shelf, no one is going to be able to be there to back the person up, especially not only instruct them on how to get onto the product, but more importantly, when they fall off track, and this happens to a number of people when they're trying to diet or so on. When they ask you about the product, your initial reaction is very important. So they say, hey, how do you lose weight? And you say, God, you're not even going to believe it. It's this incredible product called Herbalife. It's so amazing. I got on the product and lost 16 pounds, and all I had to do that is, because it's all this nutrition stuff that's in there, is I drank these 2 shakes a day that are jam-packed full of proteins and everything, and took these tablets 3 times a day, which have got the herbs and all the minerals and all the things that make you feel hungry, and you lose weight like crazy. And the greatest thing is, you can eat anything that you want to. All you got to do is you cut back. And when you lose weight, it takes away your appetite. It gives you all the nutrition so you feel great. And it comes in 3 incredible flavors: chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. Which one would you like to drink? Give me the check. Now, who could do that? Everybody. Here's what your customers want. They want you to believe that they're going to lose weight even more than they believe in it themselves. They want your excitement. They want your enthusiasm. They want to see what's in your eyes, what's in your heart. Okay, and I'm telling you something. If you'll just dig down deep and feel what it's like to be the customer, okay? Because most of the customers, if they say no to you, they don't want to try this. Let me tell you something. They don't mean no. They just mean that I don't want to try on another weight loss program one more time. It has nothing to do with you. It's got nothing to do with the lacking in your dress, or where your check's at this moment, or where your business is at this moment. It just means that there's a lot of people out there that can't get the guts up one more time. That's why if we can feel down in the pit of our stomach how it is for them to be as an individual, we can talk to them, okay? And they feel what we say in our heart, and they feel what we say in our eyes, and they start to believe in how it comes out. Not what you say, how you feel about what you say is what's important. And they get on the product, and finally they're losing weight, and someone who's very negative is very happy, and pretty soon the husband's on the product, and he's losing weight, and they're doing great together. And when they walk down every single day for the Sunday stroll, every single neighbor sees that they're looking good and feeling good, and everybody says, my goodness, the clouds are doing much better as people and stuff like that. And then they hear about the Herbalife opportunity, and they invite them down to the Tuesday night's meeting, and pretty soon they're on the world team, and pretty soon they do their 10,000 3 months and at the row, and they're at the home office, and they're becoming Get Team members. Many times, it's not what you say about the products that's important. It's how you feel about what you say about these products that are important. And that's why we want you to use them first. Because when you use them, you get the confidence to look at people's eyes, and what comes out from your stomach and your heart comes out in your mouth, and people feel what you say. And while you're following up, what you want to do, okay, if you're real smart, is you'll say, same stuff Shelly took you guys through, when are you going to rinse? Does anybody in your family use shampoo and rinse? Does anybody in your house use moisturizers? What kind of makeup do you use? Blah, 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 blah. And you start upgrading them on the rest of the Herbalife product line, okay? And so that you get them those other products. Because one of the things that's really important is a lot of people, they stop with just the diet, okay? And guess what? They're going to buy all these kind of products that you see sitting up on this table here from either you or somebody else, okay? And the difference of them buying them from you is a small difference. But if you do it, your distributors will do it. And when you have your whole organization starting to do it, it adds up to be the major $100,000 a year difference once you got a big group of distributors and stuff like that, because your people have a tendency to do what you do. How do you keep a customer motivated? Okay, I want to talk about how do you keep your customer motivated. You keep your customer motivated if you want to, when you're first getting your customer, you tell them your own testimonial. That's how you motivate them. You tell them your own testimonial. If you don't have a great testimonial, what's great about now as compared to when we started, because we had no stories, okay, and it was very difficult. All we talked about was the future and how it was going to be and how everybody was going to lose. Today, if you don't really have a great story because you haven't really lost much weight because you didn't have much weight to lose, you use other people's stories, okay, about how they've lost weight, okay, to keep the customer motivated, okay? Write this one down because this is a big one. You continue to go back and tell the person more stories and more stories and more stories. That's why we keep printing you lots of journals, okay, so you have lots of different stories to continue to tell people. Telling them one story is great. Showing them 4 stories is better. Showing them 100 stories every single month as time goes on, because it's, write this down, it's the fresh stories that keep you excited. Not only you, but them. Now the other place how you keep them excited is if you've got weight to lose, okay? If you've got weight to lose, maybe you started off on the product and you lost 10 kilos right away and you were excited, okay? And there's no question when you're excited, you sell lots of product.